Why should we stretch less?
My idea of saying to people stretch less is move in a way where your muscles stay more relaxed while they lengthen, which then it doesn't feel so much of a stretch. But if you take the same muscle, lengthen it as far and tense it, then it becomes the feeling of stretch, which is part of a stretch reflex. The same feeling when a doctor hits a hammer on a knee, it elicits a stretch reflex. This stretch reflex is coming as part of your flight or fight response. It's a protective mechanism that basically says something's wrong. Your body internally will respond with this reflex, but internally the message is something's wrong. You need to protect yourself. Also, when you have this flight or fight response, which is what comes when you trigger a stretch reflex, the dominant internal emotions subconsciously become fear, anger, aggression, lack of safety. That doesn't sound like yoga to me. So my suggestion is don't elicit stretch reflexes. I want people in the beginning to move how natural people move. Naturally, in our culture, we would cross our arms like that. It doesn't feel like a stretch. It's not natural to grab your arm and pull it and then throw it. But of course, this is exactly what people in the West do with their legs in lotus posture. One leg grabbed, pulled, grabbed in. Other leg lifted, pulled, and you feel a stretch. Well, no wonder, because the legs didn't want to be there. They were brought there by the will of the hands and the head and momentum. In India, people all over the world will fold their legs into lotus posture the same way we cross our arms. And if you can't do that, then probably you shouldn't be doing it, I think. Basically, if you feel a stretch and you've stretched a little bit further, the next feeling will be pain. If you stretched a little bit further still, the next feeling is going to be an injury. So if you stretch less, you're less likely to get injured. But the world of yoga, in the modern world, thinks that yoga is all about stretching. Yoga is a philosophy, it's a state of mind. And one of its biggest mantras, one of the biggest things about modern yoga is that you should be gentle, not violent, not aggressive. So the less you feel a stretch, the less aggressive you are. It is good, on the other hand, to make sure you've got mobility. If someone has got stiffness, then yes, they need to somehow create flexibility. I would like to create flexibility without pain. And if you can do that by stretching less, better. What I teach is movement in a certain way, where by moving actively, by moving from your core and breathing naturally, moving in a fluid way, people find they get flexible without the feeling of stretching. And that, at the same time, causes increased blood flow, increased calmness. I'm not adverse to being flexible, but if you can do it without stretching, it's better.